What's up everybody, it's AT Trades here. It's for my second video on CEI. So today I'm going to be talking about what happened in the markets today with this stock, some technical analysis, some fundamentals, and really what you should watch for the rest of this week. Before I talk about that, I want you to make sure that you're subscribed if you like this content. I'm a young person, I'm a student, so if you're in my age range or if you're just trying to learn about stock trading, the fundamentals and the basics of these short stocks that everyone's talking about, all hyped up about, just leave a subscription down below, it's free, and leave a comment down below on any stocks you want me to cover in the future. All right, with all that out of the way, let's get into the chart and breakdown of today and what happened. So here we have the daily chart for CEI, ticker symbol CEI, Camber Energy Incorporated. We see this run up that we've had previously, which I've already covered in my first video, and I covered all the percentages of these plays right here that you could have got into if you were on this stock early. Today we saw another red day, and it's falling on a slightly steep downtrend, which I personally do not think is going to hold for very long. As we can see what happened the first run up we had in this RSI, we ran up, shot up almost to about 90 on the RSI, which is insane, and we cooled off. We traded sideways, really with no up or downside. I mean, in terms of like this kind of a stock, 10%, 15% is a lot, but in a normal stock, like a generic or like, you know, like an energy company that isn't CEI, but this stock has room to move. As we've seen, it runs hundreds of percentages plays in like a week or 2 weeks, days even. You never know what you're going to get with this kind of stock. So today we see a little bit of a sell-off, a little bit of a downtrend, and I can hop into the 5-minute chart. I just want to go over again this RSI. So we rip to 90, we come back down and we test this level of 70, which we think it should range in this range for a couple of weeks. You know, like this is the daily chart, but CEI wants to run, so it goes all the way back up to 90 on the RSI, which is when we reached an all-time or 52-week high of 485, and now we're cooling back off, which I kind of like to see that because it just shows that history could repeat itself. We're going to get that double bounce off of this 70 level on the RSI. That's a possibility, it's not a guarantee. So let's hop on the 5-minute chart just so we can get a better idea of what happened today for October 4th 2021. So CEI always has this kind of pattern where it runs up in the morning. It does really well because it has so much volume. So you see this pre-market run up here, 5% up, and then we're up 15%, and the rest of the day is on this downward trend line. Not a perfect trend line, but as you can see, it's swinging, it's bouncing off the trend line, it's swinging, it's bouncing off the trend line, and it keeps doing that for the rest of the day. And we are really dipping down in after hours right now. We're around 295. So all of our support levels for today and the key levels that I was talking about did actually come into play today if you were going to day trade this. So as you can see, yesterday when I made, or 2 days ago when I made the video on CEI, I said this 340 level would be important. And as you can see, like we've had this support here in the beginning of the day where we bounced off here and we ran up. That's a 5% play right there, 4% play. And as soon as if we break down here, 336, I would still consider this a support region here. But as soon as we cleanly broke this 340 support, we continued to go down to the next support level of 320, which we held for the rest of the remainder of the day, and then we broke down that support level, and then we broke down the $3 support level. But I feel like this $3 support level is really heavy, and I can go back on the 5-minute, or not the 5-minute, I can go back on the 15 to 30-minute chart to show you how much support there is at $3. But again, my key levels were 365, which is exactly where we bounced off of. And if you go back to the comment section or the description in the last video, you can see I called out these levels for you perfectly. And I'm not saying that it's going to be perfect every time and every day, but it's just support and resistance. And as you keep trading, I'm just guessing that most of the people watching this are beginners, or they're just really interested in this stock because everyone's talking about it. So I like to keep it really simple, just using support and resistance, not getting too technical with the chart setup. Sure, where I left off, I just had some technical difficulties with TD because this drawing tool is getting a little bit wonky. So we're back on the 30-minute chart here, and I just want to show you again, like look at this support level at $3. If I set a price line there, you can really see that this $2.90 to $3 region is a major level of support. I wouldn't really think that we would just break down out of nowhere. There has to be some news on it to probably happen, or a lot of bearish volume tomorrow morning for that to happen. So I'm looking for a bounce off this $3 level like we've done before, and then a continuation all the way up for the $5 retake. Maybe in a couple of days, maybe this week, maybe next week. There's no time on this stock as you're playing it. You just have to keep moving your stop loss up. I do have a position on the stock, but I am no way a financial advisor, and I do not want you to be doing things that I tell you to do. I'm not doing this so you guys can enter plays or exit plays. I'm just doing this purely for entertainment, and if you're just trying to learn more about how the stock market works and these short stocks. So that's basically what happened today, and I want to get into some fundamentals on CEI that just were discovered this weekend, and also some analysis of what we can see in the future. All right, I'm going to start on StockTwits right now. I know this is not a fundamental analysis of the stock, but it just shows how many people are talking about the stock right now, and these are just live tweets with the ticker symbol. So everyone's saying don't panic, I'm averaging up, and a lot of people are really bullish on the stock. We have some bears in here though. People think that Zach Morris is a pumper, and I got a comment on my last video actually telling me to not mention his name, which again, I'm not going to do that, because just because you said that, doesn't mean I have to do it. But also, I'm not doing this to gain anything from the audience. Like, I'm just doing this because I think it's cool and it's one of my hobbies. So Zach Morris has a Twitter account, 500,000 followers or something like that. And I don't think that all of his followers would be following him had he not helped them in some way, whether that's pumping a stock for them and them selling it at a good price and then they make profit off of it, or even him having the amount of wealth that he has and people maybe want to attain that lifestyle. That I understand. So I'm somewhere in the middle. There's not really a truth until you hear exactly what his P&L is and you hear exactly what he's doing and when he trades and stuff. So I can't say that. So I'm just going to keep this on my end really far away from either the left side or the right side of this argument here that Zach Morris is either a pumper or no, Zach Morris is going to help us all have $1 million. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say either one. So moving on from this, we see here Fintel reports that the stock short interest is up to 42%. It was actually up to like 54% last week, so it might be down a little bit. I'm not sure how accurate this data is. Again, this is StockTwits, so anyone can just say whatever they want. But as you can see, there's a lot of interest in the stock. This is only within like 10 minutes, and there's hundreds of tweets all talking about CEI. Another fundamental, oil. We hear people saying oil is going to be $200 a barrel and crude oil is going to go sky high, and that's not looking too crazy right now. Oil is going up every single day. I don't know the exact numbers on that, but as you can see, crude oil is rising up, so that might have some good implications for CEI as a carbon capture company. So I just found this this article on Investor Place. Much of the buzz here is due to the price action. Suffice it to say, the prices can lead to higher prices can lead to higher prices. After all, short sellers have to cover their positions. That is very true. If shorts are not going to cover this position, the stock is just going to float around. It's going to float around. Once they start covering their position, it's going to keep going higher and higher, and shorts that came in later are going to have to cover that even higher price. So it's just going to lead to a short squeeze. And we've seen a first pop in this stock, and I don't think it's over yet. So if I keep reading here, like with other stocks, it's entirely possible that Reddit traders have influenced the price of CEI stock. However, you don't have to be a social media trader to participate in this powerful rally. Besides, Canberra Energy is getting the buyers excited with some clean energy investments as well. So that sentence right there shows you that the stock could have other implications than just pure short squeeze and pure Reddit hype. It has some good fundamentals behind it, which are looking pretty bullish. All right, so the last thing I want to come back to is the chart of fuel cell energy. Why did I say it like that? Fuel cell energy. So this has a very close relationship to CEI because it's another energy company that I'm pretty sure was shorted a lot. So as we can see, it ran from a low of $1.58 all the way to a high of $29.44, which is a gain of about 1,500%. And that happened over 100 days. So as we are now in CEI, if I go to the daily, we're trading around $3 right now. So this, if we compare it to this chart of fuel cell FCEL, it has room to run. I know obviously they're not the same company, but as you can see, things like this do happen. It's not something that's completely out of the ordinary, and you're going to have some red days in here. You see like this run up here in fuel cell, we have a red day, we run up again, we have a huge gap down here, and if you hold throughout this, you'll be rewarded. You'll go all the way up to about $30 per share. So that's another 300% from that big dip that people probably would have sold at. This large gap right here of about 35%. So as you can see, if you're in CEI currently, if you're under $3, if you're under $2 per share, you really have nothing to lose by holding this stock. Manage your own risk, of course. But as you can see, we do have some interesting days coming. Be sure to watch out for that RSI break bounce right off that 70 level on the daily chart. And then also the intraday levels of $3 as support. And also look for that resistance again. Key levels at every 10-cent level is really key. But we had most of our resistance at around 320, 340, 365. So for tomorrow, I would watch those levels. And if you like this, please subscribe again and leave a comment down below of any other stocks you want me to cover. This is AT Trades, and have a good day. Bye.